Okay, this is the first few layers. It's actually the bottom portion of the crate. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's printing well, as it always has. What's going to happen is once the bottom of the crate is completely done, it will start on the wall. So it will start going up layer by layer and start producing the walls. I don't know if you can see here clearly, but the bottom's going great. The first two, these layers here, it's probably, I don't know, let me take a quick look at my slicer. Oh, it's not up. But it's several layers up, initially. So, and I'm printing at 0.15 layer height. It's Creality's kind of an inexpensive Creality red PLA. Temperature of the nozzle is 196. Let's take a quick look here. 196, and look at the bed there. The set point for the bed, right there. As I mentioned in the description, that it's 0. That's the set point. So it's at room temperature, and of course it's Celsius, 31 Celsius in the room here. So it's a non-heated bed. No glue, no scrubbing or rubbing of Elmer's glue or anything like that. No brim. You can see there's no brim. It laid down the skirt, which is on the outside there, and then a square on the inside, which gives me a chance to see how the first layer is going to go down so that it actually moves away from the main print, kind of moves out and away, so I can see how that's going as well. So basically there's no legs. I didn't want the printer head jumping to the legs and back and back. I wanted it to concentrate completely on the crate. So that's what it's doing now. And so once the crate is completed, I will finish up printing the legs. They will, of course, now that I've had them separated, could be printed in a different color, because that'd be kind of cool. Have the crate one color and the legs another color. So anyway, that's my goal. You can see the printer head right here. There's no electronic gizmo there. There's no gizmo gadget, auto level. It's just not required. I've just mastered the paper feeler gauge, because once you do it, once you've mastered the method, you just do it once. It takes less than a minute to do. You just do a quick tramming with the paper feeler gauge, and once that's done, you move on. You start the print. You don't have to do any test prints or circles and squares or lines or any crap G-codes to test your skill. You just do it. Once you've mastered the skill, you just take the 60 seconds to tram and start the print. You search for it on the screen, you hit the button. Of course, you got to load the filament. I've loaded my filament here on the side, as I always do, because that gives a direct path right here. There's no arms or levers or gizmos or pulleys or gadgets to redirect it, because it's like right there. So it just falls in right here straight through into the plastic extruder, and you can see that for yourself. That's not an aftermarket metal version. This is the original body right there. So keep the body, change the lever if you have to. We got the white Bowden tube, not the blue one, because the blue one has an inside diameter that is smaller than this one, so it creates friction right here around the curve. You don't want to deal with that. Keep the blue tube. If you start going higher temperatures on your nozzle, say above, I don't know, say above 220, you're running into problems. Since I only print PLA and keep the nozzle below, let's say 215, there's never going to be an issue with the white Bowden tube. But if you start kicking your temperature up to anything above that, the white Bowden tube will degrade, and you'll have to do something about it. So anyway, here you go. That's the hot end. There's no modified fan shrouds or any direct drive or any of the crap hanging on this print head, because this is all it's required. All it has to do, its only job, is to take filament from the Bowden tube, which is the delivery. Okay, it just delivers it from over there to a moving head over here. That's what a Bowden tube does. Once the filament gets over here into the heat sink, right down in here to the heat sink, this fan keeps it cool, keeps it rigid, right up until the moment it gets into the nozzle. That is a heated nozzle right there. So in this particular case, it's at 196 for red, and again, it can go as high as 215 in some cases for me. Okay, and I don't have to worry about burning up the white Bowden tube and create clogs or blockage or crystallization and all that crap. Just don't deal with it. Okay, just work around it, figure out what is wrong, and fix it. You don't have to change anything, just deal with it. Okay, so we got a bed here that you can see is completely flat because it's a mirror. It has to be flat. That's the first thing that you don't have to deal with. Since it's flat, all you got to worry about is distance. Okay, flatness is handled. Okay, distance, okay, is next. So once you put the paper in here, you tram it, in this case 4 corners right here, you can see of the tape. That trams it, that levels it. Distance is the other part of tramming. So you got level, okay, flat because the mirror is flat. Since it is flat, all you have to do is tram it on 4 corners. No gizmo here to deal with it because there won't be any highs and lows. There will be no highs and lows to compensate for. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, done. Again, with this, old school, it works. It works every time. There's no faulty measuring anything. It's just so much easier. It takes like 60 seconds, 1 minute, and you're done. Our springs are the original ones. They're not yellow. They're not chunks of rubber. You see sufficient amount of threads there underneath the knob. That means it's properly compressed. If you're not properly compressing the springs, you will have issues, okay? So get it properly compressed, figure out what you need to do that, and get it done. And you don't need any bullshit rubber under here or the heavy-duty yellow springs, which in itself creates its own problems. So if you just want to use the original springs that it was designed for, you can. Just figure out how to do that. There is a proper way. All right? So there you go. It's printing great. As you can see, I'm not hiding anything, no bullshit. It's all right here. This is your standard classic Ender 3. You can see that right there, Ender 3. And it's going to stay the classic Ender 3. By adding a bunch of crap around it, you get so far away from the original Ender 3 by Frankensteining it, then you're going to open yourself up for problems. Okay, because everything that is added or changed or modified will compete against each other. Then you'll have more problems. So anyway, basically we're getting really close to starting to build the outer walls. The floor looks great. It's not curling or warping or anything like that because, again, there's no heat to deal with it. There's no heat to cause that, and the heat isn't even used to hold it down. Heating seems to cause other problems that you have to deal with. So anyway, I'll let this go. I'll report back when it starts doing the crate. This is a crate, and like a milk crate, and it'll start building the walls up, on the Z-axis. And when it gets about halfway, maybe I'll report back. Okay, happy printing, happy, unstressful printing. Okay, so while this is doing this, I'm finding other prints to get in line, and of course the legs will be next. Different color filament because I can. Okay, all right. Oh, E-steps, because I have the original extruder, is 93. You don't have to worry about that. Just like you don't have to worry about heating the bed. No worries.